So hey folks, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you checking it out. I post a lot of animal videos on my channel. As you subscribers know, I'm probably one every 2 or 3 days now. There's about 130 on there. And I get questions on how I power my cameras, because some of you guys know I run a lot of cameras. Well, in my mind, it's quite a few. I have 26 cameras. They're all on my property, so I don't have to worry about theft, so keep that in mind. This camera is one of the cameras I have on my famous leaf pile where all the crazy animal shenanigans go on both day and night. You can see those videos on my channel. There's a lot of videos on YouTube about, you know, solar panels and all those things for trail cameras. This is a simple 12-volt solar panel. I'll go through some of this stuff and prices towards the end of this video, but these are on sale right now, Black Friday they call it, for $18. I've got 10 of these now. I just got 4 more for that $18 price. The other ones I bought on sale also a few years ago, they were $18. Normally they're $23, so even at their full price on Amazon, not too bad. They're under a lot of different names. I don't remember the name of this one. I'll show it at the end of the video, but when I first started buying them, they were under Wild Game Innovations, which I don't own any of their trail cameras and have it for 10 years. But anyway, amazingly enough, they all work excellent. I haven't had one fail. I think my oldest one now is maybe 5 or 6 years old. So I just simply run the cable down. The metal encasing ends right here, and then it just goes to straight wire. Back in the day when I was first setting these up, I would take the time to shield all these cables, thinking they would be chewed through by critters. Now when I set them up just like this. I don't even bother to shield these. I don't have any issues. And running external cameras over 10 years, I've never had anything chew through these cables, so now I don't even bother to shield them. I simply run them down to my box. These boxes I bought on sale at Cabela's a lot of years ago. What will happen is the squirrels will chew holes in these. You can see right here, this one, they've started to. But what I do then is, if they put holes in them, I just hot glue them. They'll attack them again. But just simply, and what I used to do is I would drill holes in these, hot glue the wires in. Guys, don't even do that anymore. Don't even waste my time doing that. There's what I do. I just slam the lid shut right on the wires. It doesn't cut through them. It still seals it. As you can see, no water in there. This one has been on this tree for close to 3 years, and I have not done anything to this setup. I have not changed the battery. This little solar panel for around $18 keeps it charged middle of the winter, cloudy days, under all this canopy, which it's hard to see the canopy now because of course the leaves are off the trees, but it seldom gets full daylight. And yeah, I don't have to do anything. This, in case you guys are wondering, I know some guys are going to ask, so I'll just tell you, I've been using these for a long time, probably 12 years. I found these one day at Menards, back in the section where the gutters and downspouts are. It's some kind of flashing. It comes in 3-foot wide lengths. Last time I bought them was a few years ago, and they were like $4 for 3 foot of it. I can get 4 or 5 sections out of each one, so you know, roughly what, $1 a camera. Again, when I started this whole deal out, I would take the time to scuff these and camouflage them, thinking that the glare would scare the deer. They don't even care. But this, when the sun does hit this will give away a location big time, because it's like a mirror reflecting. So like I said, you guys that are worried about theft, you don't want to have anything to do with any of this, because will totally make everything you do noticeable. So anyway, yeah, don't even paint those anymore. Just and usually the way I use my mounts, the cameras are closer to the tree, so I don't even have to put the blocks in. I just screw this directly to the tree. Now eventually, you know, they'll wear, and then you have to move your hole because, you know, these will break out. No big deal though. So anyway, yeah, just run the cable down, go right into the box. No drilling, no anything. Very easy to set up. But what I have gone to recently is, these are Guidesman field boxes. As you can see, they're quite a bit bigger. And the reason I've done that is because I've gone from the 12 volt 9Ah batteries to the 12 volt 12Ah batteries. Huge difference in capacity, and as you can see, they're quite a bit bigger. Well, these batteries, of course, will not fit in here, but they fit perfect, and I mean perfect in there. Here's another thing for you guys that don't run solar panels, but you run external batteries. If you take that 12 volt 12Ah battery and you buy one of these boxes, then all of a sudden you have room for your 12 volt 9Ah battery to fit in right there. And it shuts perfect. Again, you can just run your wires right in over the edges. That's a lot of battery power in a fairly small package. These Guidesman boxes are on sale at Menards for $6.99. However, you can get $5 coupon, or not a coupon, I'm sorry, $5 rebate on each box. Now it says limit 2. I bought 2 the other day, sent my form in, bought 2 again this morning because I was at Menards. Thought, what the heck, I'll send coupon in and see what happens. So anyway, I paid $1.99 for 2 of these boxes. I mean, that's a deal, right? So anyway, that's my setup. Wanted to tell you something about this. This is a Browning HP5 camera. You guys that know cameras would be very familiar with Brownings. I used to run a lot of Brownings. The problem with Brownings is you can never find them on sale. They always stay close to their advertised price. But I think what's happening is they're losing a lot of market share now, because there are cameras now half this much money that are doing a great job, and I own 4 or 5 of those cameras. But anyway, what I wanted to warn you about, any of the Browning cameras, I've been complaining about this for years. If you use an external battery and you plug into the external port, ants, red ants, will get by that, go into your camera, contaminate everything, and eventually ruin the camera. And what happens first is, you'll notice the SD cards are hard to either get in, stay in, or get out. That's because the red ants get in there, they lay their eggs, gum up the works. Eventually the camera will die from it. I've lost 3. 2 of them I got replaced under warranty because I bought them from an outfit on the internet. I won't mention their name. That gives an extra year warranty, so they had 2 years warranty. Like I said, I've complained to Browning for years about this. They still have not changed their case design. Browning is the only camera I use where the ants can get in when using the external jack. The only one. I've got a lot of different cameras. Over the years I can't even tell you how many different cameras. Browning is the only one when using the external jack, the ants can get by it. I've tried everything. I've put diazon at the base of the trees. I've sprayed it. That lasts a while. But eventually they're going to get in there. So what I did was this. I don't know if you guys can see this. Hopefully you can. This right here is a fuel line. See that right there? And I think it's 3/8 inch if I remember right, and fits perfectly over this. And also helps to take up the room right here. This is where they get in. They sneak in right beside here. Well, this takes up that room. I can almost say to you 100% effective. However, I just started doing that this last summer, and in the 2 cameras I did that to, no ants have gotten past that. Now, there is a guy on the internet, on YouTube, that drills a hole in his battery pack, and he takes his wires in there. That way, he doesn't use the external battery jack, so the plug's over it all the time. But the reason he did that is because raccoons would always pull these out. Well, I've got a lot of raccoons, and I've never had a raccoon in my 14 years of trail cameras. I've never had a raccoon pull one of those out, but he said that's a serious problem for him. So his fix was to go through the battery box, just drill a hole and never open up this. And that's cool. It was a great, check his channel out. He shows you how to do it. It's no big deal. He says the only thing that bothers him is because he drilled a hole in his battery tray. If he ever wants to sell a camera, it's pretty tough to do. The thing is, you can buy these battery trays separate. So if you guys want to do it that way, just remember you can get these separate. I even have a couple of spares in the house that I accumulated somehow over the years. But anyway, I thought that was a pretty cool way that he kept the raccoons from unplugging these. I don't have that issue, so I don't have to worry about it. But anyway, that's just a quick view of what it looks like. This, of course, is facing south. Just screws on the tree. No big deal. I have 10 of these. I think my oldest one set up now is probably 5 years old. And that setup, I have not touched, had to replace the battery or anything in 5 years. That's a long time. And those small batteries that I just showed you, the 9AH batteries, those seem to last 2 to 3 years. Meaning their life is only 2 to 3 years. Now that's not using I'm not talking about using a panel on those. I'm talking about without a panel. You know, you can only charge those little batteries, you know, so many times and then they're dead. But if, you know, when I first started trail cameraing, I went through the AA rechargeables, all that stuff, back when all the cameras were 6 volt. Then even when they went 12 volt, I probably have over 100 of those AA nickel cadmium rechargeable batteries. I use for stuff around the house, but that's it. I don't use it in my cameras anymore. And then of course lithiums have gotten so expensive, you just can't afford those batteries. So like I said, I just decided a long time ago to go external. Glad I did. Initial investment is not that much. Like I said, I've got cameras that have been on about 5 years with the solar panels and the battery boxes, and don't have to do anything. I mean, you know, never have to replace batteries. Dead of winter, you know, when it's 10 below zero, who wants to replace batteries, right? This is my solution. If you look over there on that tree, there it is right there. You can see one over there. That's been there 5 or 6 years. Never had to do anything with it. Oh, and another thing I almost forgot to mention was all 26 of my cameras are set to video mode. Almost all of them are set to take a 20-second video with only a 5-second delay. I get hundreds of videos every week. And of course, as you can imagine, a lot of those are night videos. So it's running the LEDs quite a bit. And so, you know, if you guys are wondering, well, yeah, I take a lot of videos, I don't think that battery's going to hold up. They will. With what I just told you, even without the solar panel, I only have to change those 12 volt 12 AH batteries about every 6 to 8 months, and that's without the solar panel. So even if you decide to go without a solar panel, I mean, to me, external batteries are the way to go. With the solar panel, all that means is you may never have to change them. And I don't know how long it's going to be before I have to. Like I said, I've got some that I've been running 5 years and never touched the setup. So just wanted to mention, These are running video, and a lot of them, hundreds a week. And still, this is the setup that works for me. So here's another one of my setups that I'm using both the external battery and the solar panel on. This is a close-up camera. This thing just takes a ton of videos because I throw birdseed out here, I throw meat out, bones, so I can see the possums and the coons come up here, and it's, like I said, it's a close-up camera, so it'll focus about right here, you know, a foot or two in front of the camera is perfect for this one. There's my wire. It goes to this battery box. Check out this. Look at those gnaw marks in that. From the squirrels. How do I know it's squirrels? Because I've seen them do it. They keep going. They'll be through this one. Here's one that I repaired. Here's one that was through that I repaired with hot glue. But anyway, there's the solar panel. Sun's on it right now. I also have another camera here set up. That's the way I used to camouflage these covers, and I quit doing that. One of the reasons too I quit doing it was because it doesn't let enough light through. Sometimes it tricks the camera, and the photo sensor won't know that it's morning or evening, so it'll go to night mode too early because this doesn't let sun through. So if I just leave them clear, everything's fine. Still keeps the snow and the water off the cameras. And by the way, this camera here is 5 years old, and yes, it's still working, and I have a ton of them like that, so it does help to keep water off of them. This one I do not have wired into the panel. This is wired to a separate, just an external box. It's that box right there, which is back in the day I used a Tupperware type thing. That's probably 8 or 9 years old. Still holding up. Here's another setup, about the same, but this one I have an otter type box on it, and it's got one of the smaller 9AH batteries in it. And check this out. The squirrels have even chewed through this one. I repaired it, and they tried to chew through it again, but they couldn't get through because, of course, I have a gob on the inside. Here they're trying to chew through here. Now those black Guidesman boxes, they have not chewed on those yet, but I haven't had those very long, so the jury's still out on if they'll chew on those or not. Here's another setup. This is a huge oak tree. This thing's about 6 or 7 foot at the base now. Just a huge old oak tree. Right in my front yard. You can see the camera here, battery box, solar panel right there. This setup is at least 4 years, and I have not touched anything. That has the 12 volt 9AH, the smaller 12 volt battery in it. Here's another setup. This one's probably about 3 years, and I haven't touched anything since I set it up like this. This one is probably the oldest setup that I have. I can tell because, again, I was painting these back in the day. Also, I was sheathing all the wires. Also has one of my original boxes. I would say 4 or 5 years. Have not done anything to this setup. This one is the deer walk across my driveway here, which is why I initially set this cam up here, but it's also a darn good security camera, so anything that comes and goes, I see it through that camera. Over here, this area will be familiar to you guys that are subscribers and watch all the videos I post. Here's another setup. This is another Browning, and you know, I mentioned about the this is the HP4, or not HP, I'm sorry, this is the red flash version of the HP5. Can't remember what it's called, but anyway, same thing. Ants have gotten into this one. I've since got as much out as I can, but now the lens on the outside of every video, it's foggy because when the ants get in there and lay their eggs, it causes more humidity inside that camera. So now I'm probably going to have to end up taking this camera apart, cleaning that lens up, because like I said, everything on the outside of my videos now are real foggy. And what it also does on foggy days, when are very humid days, this thing will be completely fogged over for 2 or 3 days. Also, on that one over there that I just showed you, that is also a Browning. And by the way, I'm getting away from Brownings because I don't know, it's a long story, but anyway, I'm trying to get away from them. But that was one of the first ones to get ants in it, and that one that is there now is actually a replacement camera that I got replaced under warranty. But that actually corrupted 2 SD cards, the gold SanDisk SD cards, corrupted the cards so bad they became useless. So not only will those ants take out your cameras, they'll take out your SD cards. So anyway, there's my setup for that. Another solar panel, another box. This box has the bigger battery in it, the 12AH battery. So that just gives you an idea of some of them that I'm running. You guys that are watch my channel, subscribers and that, you're going to be familiar with some of these views because of course it's all in my videos that I post. Okay folks, I just quick set all this stuff up in my utility room. I just wanted to go over this stuff with you. Here's the solar panel. This is called a Powaxi. Here's the sticker on it. Made in China, of course. 12V17 watt. Anyway, those are on sale right now for $18 a piece. Normal price is $23, so still not bad. This is what it looks like. All you have to do is assemble this right here to the back, to the solar panel itself, because this comes collapsed in the box. No big deal. This is, they advertise this as a feeder camera. Of course, I'm using it on my trail cameras. It comes just like you see it here. Back in the day, when I first started using them, I would take these, clip these ends off and put, you know, the female spades so that would they fit on these. And then I decided, why am I even doing that? I mean, I just think as life goes on, let's make it as simple as we can. So now, when I've got my camera plugged in there, I just do that. These are the connectors. I also got those off Amazon. They are, as you can see, 2.1 by 5.5 millimeter, ultra thick. Now that just means that the wires are copper, but also these are 18 gauge, but they're already pre-wired. When I started doing this, external cameras, I would buy these separate, take them apart, solder the wires in there. What a pain in the butt. Now I just buy them with the pigtails already on them. As you can see, there's one there. For wire going from this to my box, 16 gauge speaker wire. And all the years I've been using it, I've never had a squirrel or any other thing else chew through. Now I've had some gnaw on them, but I've never had them chew through the wire. Bought this at Menards. It's a 50-foot spool. I use probably 5 or 6 foot on every camera, so do the math, right? You can get 10 or 12 camera setups out of one spool. I think that was $8. So let's say $1 a camera, something like that for wire. These are cheap because, again, made in China, but let's call it $1. I think they're less than that. These batteries, the 12 volt 12AH that fit perfect in these boxes. When I first started using these were $17, $16 or $17 a piece. I just bought some a couple of months ago. They sell them on the 2-packs on Amazon, $52, so about 26 bucks a battery now. Guidesman Field Box, on sale right now, $1.99 each, limit 2 supposedly. Normally though, $6.99, still cheap. cheaper than you'll find ammo boxes other places. This, I know this has nothing to do with running an external battery pack, but this is what I use above my cameras, just to try to keep some water and snow off of them. They come in 36-inch wide. That's the name of it. Like I said, Menards, back in the rain and gutter section. It's been a couple of years since I bought a 36-inch length of those, but back then they were like $4 or $5. They might be double that now, right? So for around $60 total, this is the setup I use. As you can tell, it takes me virtually just minutes to set this up, simply because I no longer drill holes in the boxes. I no longer take the time to put butt connectors on these. I no longer take the time or the expense to sheathe these wires. 60 bucks. I've got some setups, as I said, 4 or 5 years, and haven't touched them since. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys. If it is, please give me a like, subscribe, check out my videos on YouTube. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. Again, I know this is not a real professional video, but I just got a few questions about it, which is why I decided to do it. A very simple setup. It's what I use. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Until next time.